Hi, I'm Jon Decker, PGA golf instructor and author of the book, Golf is My Life, Glorifying God Through the Game. Today I'm taking you out on the golf course, and unfortunately I'm in a little bit of trouble. My drive's over here to the right, I'm in the trees, and many times when I'm with golfers and students out on the golf course, I see them struggle in these areas because, number one, from a course strategy standpoint, they try to bite off much more than they can chew. Many times from a strategy standpoint, they try to make full swings, they try to hit through trees, they try to take too aggressive a line, and really my main objective here is to get the ball back into play. I would love to be able to advance the ball down the fairway. Sometimes I have to go sideways or even backwards to do that, but my number one objective is to get the ball back in play. The second mistake that I see people make is in their club selection and their setup. For example, many times when I'm looking through a student's bag, they might be a 20, 25 handicapper, and I look down in their bag and I see a 2-iron or a 3-iron or a 4-iron. And I ask them, why do you have these clubs? And they always say, oh, that's the club, I love that club. Whenever I get in the trees, that's the club I use. And that's a big mistake. You don't want to carry a club around in your bag that you use to hit out of the trees when you have plenty of other clubs in your bag that will work. What I always tell my students is when you get in trouble, and obviously I'm in trouble, you're always better off to go with loft. Loft is your friend. For example, this is a 4-iron right here, and if I set the club, if I look at the launch angle with a 4-iron, you can see the launch angle that I have. But look at the launch angle with the 7-iron. If I switch it up, the 7-iron is much higher, obviously because it has more loft on it. An 8-iron, 9-iron pitching wedge would be even more. What I want to do is I want to take my 7-iron and I want to lean it forward and turn it into a 4-iron. I can turn it into a 2-iron, a 3-iron, or a 4-iron. Remember, I'm not trying to hit this ball 200 yards. I'm trying to hit this ball maybe 30, 40, 50, 60 yards. So learning how to use different clubs to bring the ball flight down is a very important part of golf. But it's also much easier to do it with a 7-iron than it is a 4-iron. The other mistake I see people make in their setup is when they set up to the ball, is they set up like they're hitting a full swing shot, and then they make a small swing, or they try to make a slow swing. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to narrow your stance. So I'm narrowing my stance very much like I would in the short game, putting the ball right in between my feet, and then I lean my weight. I don't put my hands out in front of the ball, I lean my weight. The more I lean the weight, the more I can hit down on the ball, the more I can trap it and knock it under the trees. So I'm going to take a 7-iron here. You can see I've got an opening here, which is good. The other thing that's important to know is I have free range of motion with my swing. So I don't have any limbs that are bothering me. If I did, that would be a different story. So I'm going to take my 7-iron here, get my feet closer together, make a little backswing with a little bit of follow through. Notice I'm still turning to the target. I'm always turning to the target, even on these shots. I want to carry the ball to the fairway and just let it run down the fairway and go from there. See, I hit that ball really solid. I hit a nice low shot. It scooted down the fairway, and I can go from there. Many times when I work with students and I do playing lessons, one of my favorite little sayings is this: the most important decision that you will make on the golf course is the decision that you make after you hit a bad shot. When you hit the ball in the middle of the fairway, or when you hit the ball on the middle of the green, there's not a lot of decisions that you have to make. Yeah, you have to choose a club and you have to maybe read the green, but you don't have to make a lot of decisions. When you hit the ball in trouble, you have to make decisions. And what most people do is they make a decision that leads them to more and more strokes. They compound their problem. And I don't want you to do that. When you get in trouble, I want you to think, get it out. Let me just get this out. Even if I have to take an unplayable lie, let me get this out. Let me get it back into play, and then I'm going to go from there. And if you'll adopt that strategy, you're going to save a lot of shots.